For more on why artificial intelligence is making such inroads into the entertainment industry, I'm joined by Xiang. She's the founder of China Money Network and author of the book Red AI, Victories and Warnings from China's Rise in Artificial Intelligence. Welcome back to the show.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, you too. So what makes AI entertainers so appealing for creators and for the audience?
Well, I think, we have been in the worst pandemic in 100 years, and a lot of people are feeling rather lonely and distressed after having no normal social interactions for almost 10 months. So there's definitely a very great need for it. Then there's a novelty factor. So some of the virtual companion we see now use augmented reality and with very good interface with users. So the robot looks really, really real. And also the conversations are much more natural and much more smooth. So all of that make a very engaging and satisfying user experience.
And this has certainly developed into something very, very complex. I mean, break down for us in layman's terms the sorts of programming and technology that's needed to really pull this off.
Right. So there are many different technology components to it, but one of them would be the conversations you have with virtual companions. So chatbots have been around for a long time, ever since the first chatbot was created in the 1960s. But what's different now is that the robots can have much, much better and natural conversations, and they are also much more accessible. You have them on your phone, you can text them, you can call them, you can place them in your living room via augmented reality. So the main technology behind includes mostly deep learning, natural language processing. So basically, robots are learning to speak by learning from a large quantity of sample conversations. So it's a little bit like how children learn to talk by mimicking how adults talk. The only difference is the robots are learning not by understanding the meaning of the words, but they're actually extracting patterns from a massive amount of sample data. So that's why sometimes some of these chatbots still appear quite awkward at times, but overall they're much better compared to half a century ago.
Now, this can perhaps raise some ethical issues because AI can make mistakes or have issues since it's really as good as the information that it learns. So talk about some of the ethical issues that can arise in this space.
Well, in the case of virtual companion, I think because the conversations are so engaging nowadays, I think definitely there is a danger for young people to be super addicted to it. So they could spend a lot of time with their virtual companion or their virtual idols, and they could become disoriented, in terms of when they come back to real life and to have real conversations with others. So I think that's one of the major concerns here.
And I want to talk about some of the costs that are involved, and what is it that makes it so expensive to put all of this together?
Right. So, these products are in early stages, so it requires a lot of research and development. And companies have to hire artists, have to also hire animation specialists. So all that costs money. And, some companies even hire psychologists to design a way for the robot to ask questions so that users feel, more open and they more want to open up and talk to the robot. So all of that makes the cost rather high, but I would imagine as the products mature, the prices are definitely going to come down.
Now, we have seen AI and virtual hosts, obviously popular in countries like China and Japan. What are we seeing outside of those countries?
Well, actually, virtual companion has been particularly popular in the US. This year, some of the virtual companion companies here in the US have seen their app downloads almost double. So I really see, the pandemic is playing a role here. People are stuck at home. They have, a lot of other things they couldn't do. So a virtual companion really comes in handy. So that's one hotspot. And, other hotspots are what you said in China, in Japan, South Korea.
And I also want to talk about the demographics of the users. Does it tend to skew younger, or has the interest really gone beyond just younger users?
I feel definitely right now the users are definitely the younger generations. They are the ones who are willing to try new things, especially with virtual reality, augmented reality. How you can actually invite your virtual idol or your virtual companion, into your home, into your intimate space. That's something young people are quite attracted to. So definitely we see this much more popular with younger population. That means there is definitely going to be a lot more growth for the product in the future.